You received a call from an inmate at the Department of Corrections. This call will be recorded and monitored. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial 7 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. To decline this call, hang up.
Well, hello there, zombie. How are things going in lockup? Yes. I read about her in the news. She's been all over the local stations. So her case is quite well known in this area. Yeah, sure. I'll be happy to reach out to her. And yeah, I'll let her know that you recommended her. But from what I understand, she's being charged with second-degree murder and illegal possession of a firearm. And well, yeah, I know. I know a lot of people have tough upbringing. Okay, yeah, I wasn't aware that her mother died in prison, but I did. Okay, yeah, I'll look it up. I'll see what I can find, and I'll write her a letter, and hopefully she'll be able to call me, and we can work something out. But keep in mind, she dated this guy for over 5 years, and she's claiming he tried to rape her, and so she shot him, and his body was found in a doorway. It looked like he was trying to get away. Yeah, I heard about that witness, and I've been hearing some rumors that since she came into a lot of money with her mother dying, with after suing the caretakers, that she paid this woman to say that she witnessed some yelling, and her and her say that get off her, and how she looked at her and said that he was trying to rape her. But 5 years, and okay, it and that's what I've been hearing too. This guy was just a scumbag, but he didn't deserve to die. Yeah, I I guess there's a possibility. It could be self-defense, but you have to look at all possibilities. Anything could have happened. And well, before I jump to any conclusions, I will definitely have to talk to her. And I don't want to talk about the case because, of course, on phone calls, like this one, they listen in on it. And I don't want them to get the wrong idea or misunderstand something, and it's used in court, and then they have to spend a lot of time trying to explain it and call me in to ask what this conversation was all about. Yeah, you know the whole routine. But your friend does definitely deserve a voice on the outside. Oh well, yeah, there's trust is a big thing, and having lost so many family members in just a short span of time, I guess that can affect people. And I've heard that she was on and off with this guy, but I've heard other people say he was just a terrible person and
You
she
have
shouldn't have been
60
with him.
seconds remaining.
Oh, okay. I will. Yeah, I will definitely reach out to her and focus on her voice so that she can speak out and say what she wants about her past, and maybe see if we can find somebody that can take some of that money and bail her out. Okay. Well, thanks for calling, and
You have
thanks
30 seconds remaining.
thanks for giving me her name, and hopefully I'll be able to get some people together that can bail her out, and we can get her a good defense. Okay, take care. Yep, you too. Hello, welcome to AQS Inmate Call. I am your host, Joel Wilborn, and that's a conversation based on a recommendation that I received to help a young lady who was recently arrested for second-degree murder, along with illegal possession of a firearm and driving without a license. There's several things she has for her. And I've gotten some mixed reviews on this young lady. I shouldn't help her, or that I should help her. But after talking to another incarcerated person in the jail, he was saying she's a good person, got caught up in the wrong crowd, had a rough childhood, and lost her mother, lost her brother. And there's just a lot that was going on. He said he helped her through her tough times after her mother died, and her mother was in custody when she died. And the family filed a lawsuit and won. So this young lady inherited quite a bit of money. It's just that her friend who recommended her said that she has trust issues, and she just needs to get somebody to bail her out. She has the $1 million that's needed to bail her out. It's just that she, of course, can't walk down there and put up the bail herself. And so she's just kind of stuck there. And one of the things I like to promote is supportive relationships. Everybody wants to belong. And if she has this support, and I believe she does, there's a lot of people who care about her, it's just a matter of who's going to take from her and who's going to be there for her when things get rough. Our true friends aren't the ones that pop up when we win the lotto, or if we're have a windfall in income or something. They're the ones who are there when you get arrested, or when you're in the hospital, or even when you're being chased by authorities. And they're willing to help you despite the circumstances. Now, I'm not saying break the law, take the person and hide them from the authorities. And if a person did that, that's understandable, but it's better for them to recommend that they turn themselves in, or help them to clear this up with authorities. So, but this young lady, it's the fact that she's saying that she was that her boyfriend was attempting to rape her, and that she has a witness there that can attest to that. That's one of those things where people will have their doubts as to what her motive was, but she's not denying it. This is one of those things where she's saying, I did kill the person, and this is why. And she's saying this publicly. It's best not to say anything. If anybody ever arrests you, just remain silent. Let the legal representation speak for you. They're well versed in what to say. So if I had spoken to her and given her that advice, I definitely would have said, don't say anything. Don't put your defense up, because it could fall through. Maybe she was saying that, but actually what happened was something else. And then to come into court and say, the reason I killed him is because of this, it's going to be tough to, change horses in the middle of the stream here. So, of course, anybody will say, once you're arrested, don't say anything. But she did, and it could be because she's pretty young. She's 24 years old, and this is something that she didn't expect. And I don't, with second-degree murder, it could be self-defense, and it could be that she did not plan for this. And we don't know the full details of it. We shouldn't until the trial. And I hope nothing gets in her way for a proper defense. There's a few people in our area. The news is so great and covered all over the place, and the chance of them having a proper defense is pretty much thrown out the door. And I want people to be treated fairly. I don't want this cancel culture to immediately condemn her. And her age, her background, losing 2 family members, a brother and her mom. And I'm sure she was probably mistreated or cheated by her own friends, or at least people she thought were her friends. Yet the folks that reach out to me, one of them's in jail, one of them is a former incarcerated person who is doing very well, and I interviewed, and she's got children. These folks speak highly of her and believe I can do something for her. And if I can connect her with family members, with community leaders, with people in the judicial system, I think her chances of getting out and getting her life in order will be a lot easier. She'll have people that she knows she can turn to if things get bad. And if a person feels that the relationship is tough, it could be domestic violence or something, they should be able to speak out, and they shouldn't have to feel any shame or any retribution. We have a center downtown that takes in women who are abused or homeless, and they have family, and it's on the verge of being shut down due to lack of funding. And I would hate to see this center close, because we need something like that, especially during the winter when it's cold outside and people need a place to go. It's nice to have that. And it's nice to have family members that a person can call and will take them in if things get tough. So I understand the background of these folks, and there's really nothing I can do about it. We have to accept what happened to a person's past. And as the saying goes, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And the things this woman went through didn't kill her. So the strength that she gained from there could be used to her advantage, and it could also help other folks out. Hopefully I'll be able to reach out to her. Maybe in the future I'll be able to interview her. I know I've got a lot of people that were recommended, and so I'll be quite busy doing that. It's just that there's more to this story than meets the eye. I know quite a few people. A lot of the women that I interviewed were being threatened by a male. One of them actually was speaking on behalf of her her family, her children. She didn't want them to get involved in all this. And there could be that side of the story where she was just taking the blame for something that somebody else did. There should not be any fear. There should be not any judgment. If a woman or even a male is feeling threatened by a domestic partner, we shouldn't play around with that. And I think a lot of law enforcement folks are beginning to understand that too. Even community leaders are beginning to see that not all murder is based on some evil intent. So getting the word out is a goal of mine. And we don't want to taint any jury or any judicial member into believing that this person is trying to get out of a serious crime. We just want to let the public know that there are circumstances that we misinterpret. I don't want any discrimination to pop up in the courtroom. Justice is supposed to be blind. It shouldn't be more African Americans or more Asian Americans or more Native Americans are being locked up just because of people are saying that because of who they are, what they look like, they deserve to be there. They should be locked up because of a crime they committed and the evidence was overwhelming. Mistakes can be made in the judicial system. That's why I'm very much opposed to the death sentence. To give a person death for whatever they did, for one, makes us look bad. You're a terrible person because you killed this person, but we're okay for killing you. And in the future, if we find out, oh, the DNA shows this person didn't do it, another person did it, then what? You want to kill the real murderer? It just doesn't make any sense. And most victims don't want somebody arrested and executed. They want justice. They want the person who committed the crime to serve a justifiable and equal sentence. So give people a chance to prove their innocence. Understand that technology changes in a few years. And if this person is so bad and doesn't need to be out on the streets and we lock them up, we got to keep them there. And we can cut down the cost by not putting people in there who have issues that have been going on in their life for a long time and that blinded them to this act that they created. And they need to get out to an alternative, maybe some treatment center, or maybe put them on home monitoring so they can be with their family and their friends. And this is a situation where they would be forced to do good. And once you do good, and once you get the feeling, it could spread. And I think alternative sentencing does that because it shows you care. And locking people up never works, never will, unless a person is a threat to society. You know, I was on the Kevin Coe trial, and we definitely believed he was a threat to society and should still be locked up. But that's not the case with everybody. And killing folks isn't always the best alternative. And it really makes us look bad. So hopefully I'll be able to do a follow-up on this. Maybe get an interview with this person. Maybe get some advice that I can pass on. My ultimate goal is to get in contact with her and keep her from going back to prison. She has a big criminal record. That needs to end. And the only one who can do that is her. And if she has a good reason to believe in herself, a good reason to thrive for an improvement, and that's not to say she's a terrible person now, it's just to say that she's just making some bad choices and getting herself into some bad situations. There's people that can live 100 years and never be in a situation like that. Those folks can pass on some good advice. And then there's those that find themselves in those situations constantly. And they're probably sitting in there with her. They can give some good advice. Just get the communication going. The more we talk, the more we understand, the less hate we're going to have and the less prisons we're going to have. Thanks for listening. I hope you don't find yourself in a situation where a loved one is locked up for a serious crime. But if so, reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to your family. Let's get these groups together. Let's show these people they're not alone, and we can come to a reasonable resolution that will help the victims and the people that are locked up. So have a wonderful day and go out and make beautiful memories for tomorrow.